Respect to Satou Sabally. She had the kind of take a respectful competitor has after the Fever beat the Wings. Sabally has really made the Wings, I think, into a dangerous team.
Caitlin Clark just dropped an absolute bombshell. She's hyped for Satou Sabally potentially joining forces with her. Now let's be real, Caitlin is already a one-woman wrecking crew, but even superheroes need sidekicks. When the league is stacked with players like Angel Ree and Chendi Carter and Sabally, she's the perfect teammate to back Clark up. Her numbers with the Dallas Wings were insane, and adding her to Indiana Fever's roster could shift the entire league's balance.
You're the #1 pick. People are going to go after you, whether it's for the right or wrong reasons, but people are going to go after you because they see greatness in you. And what the WNBA is measuring one type of greatness against the other greatness. So am I saying it's right that she's being pushed in the back? No, that's foul. That has no space in the sport, and we all know that.
Now you're probably thinking, why would Sabally leave Dallas? The team was solid. Right? Wrong. The only reason is Caitlin Clark. Sabally knows the spotlight in Indiana will be brighter, and she wants in on the action. With Clark leading the charge and Sabally sealing the wins, the Fever won't just compete, they'll dominate. It's not just basketball anymore, it's a power move for greatness.
Big news in the WNBA. Satou Sabally has confirmed she will not be returning to Dallas in the next upcoming season in an unrivaled press interview. She goes to state, "I've already communicated with Dallas how grateful I am because they've made this a home for me for the past years, and I'm working with them together in finding the next home for me because I've already played."
Satou Sabally officially leaving the Dallas Wings is like a mic drop at the end of a wild 5-season concert. She averaged 15.7 points, 6 rebounds, and 3.6 assists per game, proving she's not just a forward but a full-blown problem for opponents. Let's not forget her 2024 season stats, where she casually put up 17.9 points per game while hitting 45.2% from deep. That's not just good, that's sit down and take notes good. Sable has shown time and again she's one of the most versatile players in the WNBA.
She makes tough buckets. She gives us another option on the floor to run our off-ball screening action for. She gives us another player that can play with the ball in her hands in the two-man game. She just has a really high IQ and understanding of the game.
Now let's talk about Caitlin Clark. This rookie stormed and broke records and made everyone wonder if they were watching the birth of basketball's next legend. She's got this rare ability to dominate a game on every level, whether it's dropping buckets, making insane assists, or clutching up when it matters most. And if that wasn't enough, Sabally herself gave Clark her flowers, calling her a generational talent that's like getting net in basketball. Everyone's buzzing. Are these two destined for a collaboration, or are we looking at the league's next iconic rivalry? Either way, we're eating this up. Sabally's exit from Dallas wasn't some drama-filled blow-up, it was mutual respect all around. She thanked the organization, called it home, and dipped gracefully. But let's be real, there's another side to this story. Injuries have been Sabally's shadow throughout her career. Only once did she manage to play more than 20 games in a season, and while her $195,000 contract for 2024 might sound sweet, it screams short-term deal and eyes on the next move. This wasn't a goodbye, it was a calculated exit.
I've already communicated with Dallas how grateful I am because they've made this a home for me for the past year.
The Wings, though, they're in rebuild mode. Big-time new GM, new head coach, and the first overall pick in the 2025 draft. It's a clean slate for them, and while names like Paige Bueckers and Olivia Miles are being thrown around, losing Sabally still hurts. She wasn't just a star, she was a glue player, the kind who elevates everyone around her. Good luck finding that level of impact again, Dallas. Meanwhile, Clark is out here rewriting rookie expectations. She's putting up over 25 points in multiple games and running her team's offense like a seasoned vet. Scorer check, playmaker double check, walking highlight reel triple check. But it's not just about the numbers. Clark's drawing in fans like a magnet, selling out arenas and keeping the league trending. The WNBA hasn't seen this level of hype for a rookie in years, and honestly, it's thrilling to watch.
I've already communicated with Dallas how grateful I am because they've made this a home for me for the past years. And
nobody anticipated what would happen when Satou Sabally selected Angel Ree over Caitlin Clark in August. But now things have taken an unexpected turn that has angered Angel Ree.
And it looked like Satou Sabally possibly could be headed to Indiana. This very much has sealed the deal.
Back in August 2023, WNBA great Satou Sabally played a plain game of this or that. It's amazing how quickly things can change in basketball, especially when it comes to player preferences. Without hesitation, Sabally chose either Caitlin Clark or Angel Ree. Many fans are baffled by Angel Reese's reflections on that occasion, asking what went wrong.
One player on the Dallas Wings team is up.
As you can see, Sabally wasn't only selecting Angel Reese at the moment, she was also making a statement about the direction of women's basketball. The video went viral, and although some fans applauded her for supporting Reese, others were torn. Others wondered if she had missed Clark's rising star, but this is where the story takes an intriguing turn. In the same section, Sabally was questioned about Angel Reese versus A.A. Wilson. Unexpectedly, she chose Wilson above Reese. This may seem like a little detail, but it demonstrates that even at that time, Sabally was carefully contemplating these contrasts. She wasn't just picking names out of thin air. Rather, she was taking the WNBA's future into account.
Everybody pretty much on the Dallas team has reacted to Paige pretty much coming to the day.
Then September arrived, and everything was different. When Caitlin Clark took the court against Sabally's Dallas Wings, the outcome was nothing short of spectacular. We're talking about a rookie scoring 35 points in a thrilling 110-109 game, and everyone, including Sabally, was left speechless by her performance. The atmosphere in the arena was electric that night, and every time Clark touched the ball, you could feel the anticipation. She wasn't just scoring. She was putting on a show that makes the league's veterans sit up and take notice, and boy did Sabally notice. What's even more fascinating about this story is how the Wings fan base responded. They had always supported Sabally, but that night they couldn't help but be in awe of the rookie.
He has been quiet online. Let's pull up her social media account right now, because I'm telling you guys, this was spooky. Now, as soon as this news came out, and I was just, trying to see what everybody was saying, and
the WNBA community was rocked by Sabally's shocking announcement that she is not only quitting the Dallas Wings, but also entirely ruling out joining Angel Reese at the Chicago Sky. This is the same Angel Reese who she chose over Clark just months ago. Let's examine the implications of Sabally's loss for the Wings. This is not a bench player. Rather, it's a player who averages close to 18 points and pulls down 6.5 rebounds a game. These are not only respectable stats, they are game-altering stats. The numbers that caused GMS all over the league to grab their phones her announcement's timing is also intriguing. She waited until Thursday to confirm that she had played her final game in Dallas. The Wings are helping her find a new home and are being professional about it, but there's more to it than that. They're going to core her in WNBA terms, which is like putting a handle with care sticker on a priceless package. Now about those Chicago Sky rumors, multiple league sources have confirmed they have no shot at landing Sabally. This isn't just a casual rejection, it's a complete shutdown for Angel Reese, who's becoming the face of the Sky. This has got to sting. Imagine going from being someone's top pick to not even being in the conversation. The Indiana Fever situation is particularly intriguing when they played in Dallas earlier this season. Something unusual happened. The arena was packed with Fever fans, so many that it actually bothered Sabally. She mentioned after the game how annoying it was to see more opposing fans than home fans. Talk about irony. Now she might be joining the team whose fans she once found irritating, but let's think about this from a business perspective. The Fever, with their rising star power, are selling out arenas left and right. We're not talking about partial crowds here, we're talking full houses every single night for a player looking to boost their profile. That's like striking gold. The endorsement potential in Indiana is through the roof. Right now, local businesses are falling over themselves to work with Fever players. Even small deals like a local car dealership commercial that might pay $88,000 for 30 seconds become more likely when you're playing in front of packed houses every night. Compare this to some other markets in the league. Take Atlanta, for example. Their arena might only hold 4,000 fans. As one insider put it, playing there is like entering the witness protection program. You might as well be invisible in today's social media age. Visibility is currency, and Sabally seems to understand this perfectly. The Olympic break might have been the turning point. Sabally came back to see Clark nearly win MVP as a rookie. That's not just impressive, it's historic. It's the kind of achievement that makes players reevaluate their choices. And let's be honest, who wouldn't want to be part of that? Story family ties run deep, and the fact that Solly's sister Niara plays there make the Liberty option intriguing, but even this sweet prospect has drawbacks. The Liberty would have to rearrange some major components to make room for Sabally, and they're considering trading players like Belaney, which demonstrates how much they value the prospect of WNBA veterans' responses to landing Sabally have been telling, with several privately expressing surprise at how swiftly things have shifted. Sabally appeared to have certain preferences only a few months ago, but now everything is different, demonstrating how dynamic the league is becoming and how one outstanding performance can completely change the landscape. From a financial standpoint, this move may set a new standard for free agency in the WNBA, and players are beginning to consider, in addition to basketball fit, they also take market size, endorsement potential, and long-term career impact into account. Sabally may be spearheading a new generation of players that give these considerations first priority when making selections, and the response from fans has been conflicting. Fever fans are thrilled and Wings supporters feel deceived, while Sky fans are left wondering what may have been. The league is already feeling the ripple effects of Solly's decision, which ultimately boils down to making the greatest financial choice for her career. Social media is ablaze with hypotheses and conjecture regarding what exactly changed Solly's mind. Angel will talk about what this means for the Chicago Sky's future plans. Camp has been remarkably quiet, but people close to her say she's taking this personally. A few months ago, she was Solly's preferred choice over Caitlin Clark, and now she's watching as Solly might go to work with Clark. They have been focusing their efforts on luring elite players to join them. Reese C was supposed to be the missing component, a player that could create mismatches, grab rebounds, and space the floor, but now they have to start over as a free agency. There aren't many players in Pool with Solly's level of skill. Remember when WNBA games struggled to fill seats? Well, the Fever is changing that narrative. Their games are now must-see events, drawing fans from all over the Midwest to watch them play during their most recent road trip. The rise of Indiana Fever as a potential destination tells us something about the changing WNBA landscape. Gone are the days when players would automatically gravitate toward bigger markets like Los Angeles or New York. The number of Fever jerseys in the crowd astounded the opposition team staff. Players searching for their next team take notice of this kind of support. The timing of all of this couldn't be more intriguing, since the WNBA is seeing an unparalleled surge in popularity. Players are becoming well-known, social media participation is skyrocketing, and TV numbers are rising. Solly's choice is now more about joining this expanding movement than it is about basketball. Solly's influence on the floor is evident from her 17.9 points per game, but that doesn't tell the whole tale. Her ability to stretch the floor and create space for teammates, along with her defensive versatility, makes her extremely valuable in today's game. The Dallas Wings are trying to make the most of a difficult situation by working with Sabally to facilitate a move, but they won't just give her away because her core designation gives them some leverage in negotiations and ensures they get fair compensation for losing a player of her caliber. What's intriguing is how this circumstance could affect choices about free agency in the future. Young players are taking notes as they watch this play out because they see how Sabally is putting her long-term professional development ahead of her immediate comfort level and considering where she will have the most chance to display her skills and establish her brand. Playing with her sister is especially fascinating from the perspective of the New York Liberty. Sabally would love Niara, but the Liberty cap scenario makes things difficult. They would have to make several adjustments to make it work. GM. Although Jonathan Kolb is known for taking risks, this would be his largest obstacle. However, according to people close to the Liberty, they are willing to use their creativity to make room for Sabally. They may have to give up fan favorites, but the chance to bring the Sabally sisters together might be worth it. Imagine two sisters playing together in the league's largest market. The marketing potential alone would be huge. However, the Fever have an advantage in that they don't need to make significant roster changes to make room for Sabally because they have the cap space and the ideal role waiting for her. They also provide something special, the opportunity to be a part of what many are calling the future of women's basketball. It is important to consider this story's global component. Born in New York but brought up in Germany, Sabally symbolizes the expanding the WNBA's worldwide popularity means that players who aspire to play in the league will be closely following her decision. Speaking of international influence, Solly's Olympic experience may have shaped her perspective. Playing against the greatest in the world, witnessing various playstyles, and competing at the highest level might alter one's viewpoint. Perhaps she noticed something during those games that caused her to reassess her goals for her WNBA career. Indiana's marketing potential are now booming. More local companies than ever before are funding women's basketball. Because playing for the Fever exposes you to a fervent fan base and a market eager for basketball success, national sponsors are also paying attention. The relationship between Sabally and Reese is worth examining as well. Although they were never teammates, there seemed to be mutual respect, as evidenced by the August this or that video that showed Solly's admiration for Reese's game. However, in professional sports, admiration does not always translate into a desire to play together. Some WNBA veterans have privately expressed surprise at how quickly the league's power dynamics are shifting, with teams that were once thought of as undesirable destinations now attracting top talent markets that were overlooked and becoming powerhouses. Looking ahead, this move could define the next era of WNBA basketball. If Sabally joins the frenzy, it could lead to a trend of players prioritizing basketball culture and market potential over traditional factors like market size or whether the reaction from fans has been intense. The financial implications of this move could be significant, even though WNBA salaries are capped, and endorsement opportunities vary greatly by market in Indiana. Playing alongside Clark means national attention, regular primetime games, and countless opportunities to build your personal brand. Although many respect her decision, Wings supporters feel deceived, and many are already daydreaming about the Passa's potential. Fans of Sky are left wondering what might have happened. Angel Reese's job advancement and loyalty are hot topics on social media. As we await Solly's ultimate decision, the Sky will expand around her, and she will have the chance to demonstrate that she can lead a team without having to share the spotlight. This might be a blessing in disguise because sometimes not getting what you want forces you to grow in unexpected ways. There is no doubt that the WNBA is approaching a new era in which players have more influence than ever throughout the course of their careers, where market potential is more important than market size, and where belonging to the appropriate basketball culture is more important than anything else. The drama surrounding the NBA's free agency is just getting started, and we'll keep you informed at every turn. If you want more inside information on the biggest stories in basketball, hit the like and subscribe buttons. Thank you for viewing.